Greetings, one and all, family. Welcome to another episode of King Simon Presents Only Quality People. How you feeling out there, family? I hope all of y'all are feeling good, because I feel good. Yes, I feel good all over. Don't you know that I want you to feel good too? What's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook? What's up, Twitter, X? What's up, YouTube? What up, though? Big up to all my people in Detroit, all the Detroit crew out there. How y'all feeling out there? All over the world, wherever you might be, all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. Oh, your brothers in the building. Pardon me, I put this on my board. I told y'all when I think of things, I put it on the board. So y'all gotta forgive me. I was putting up the word black up there, and I remember I broke it down on Brother Richard's show about the word black adding up to the master number 11, not only in the Pythagorean but also in the Chaldean system. So forgive me. You know, when y'all start seeing stuff on the board, you know, King Simon study it. I got my books, I got my mental books, my spiritual books, all of that. So do me a favor, family, before we start this program, my dear sister's going to be coming up at the top of the hour. But before we start this program, please do me a favor and like, subscribe, comment, and share. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Please, by all means, do that, my brothers and sisters. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. You are more than welcome to comment, as long as you're respectful. Don't be disrespectful, please. I don't disrespect you, so I don't want you to disrespect me. All right? That's what we do. I just say what I mean and mean what I mother flipping say. All right, good. I'm glad everybody's well today. We got a great show for y'all today. We got a superstar, and she's a world traveler, man. She's been in Africa. Jamaica, America, she all over the blood clot place. I just have to say it like that. I know she probably said, Lord have mercy, I'm cussing bad word already. Well, they blows and skirt. Backstage, she's backstage. So we're going to get ready to bring her on. Before we bring her on, I want to make sure I have her website in the background. So when I want to pull that up, I want to make sure we bring up this sister. Well, matter of fact, this is all her information right here, right there is her information. And I just want to make sure everybody have that information. I do see her in the background, so I want to make sure. And she's looking quite hot out there. You know, and one thing about this sister, she's been doing a lot of great work. I've known her for many, many years so far, a good amount of years. And she studied under the great Dr. Laila Africa, whom y'all see I promote all the time because that is one of my babas. She studied under the great Queen of Fool, who's still with us. She studied under places like Landmark, and she's a PhD mental health candidate and all of that. She also was one of the people that actually did she actually wrote the foreword for my book called Numerovation for Mental Stability, of which there's going to be an audio book soon. So I'm working on the audio book, but I won't be reading her part in the audio book. But you can definitely get my book and read her part in Numerovation for Mental Stability. But without further ado, you know, this sister here has been a gem in my eyes because of what she's gone through and what she's going through and what she's healed from over the years. And she's doing something major for all you beautiful people that are in the therapeutic field, the mental health field, the therapist field, the healing field. Even if you're a newcomer or old comer, this returning home to Jamaica, what's old is what's new. I want you to join us. She's going to take people to Jamaica. Although she's a traveler, worldwide traveler, she's going to take some of uno to Jamaica to enjoy on herself. So without any further ado, let me welcome this beautiful sister whom I've known for some years, and she's been doing the work, and she's still working on her like I'm working on me. Let's welcome on our stage she's been here before, so let's give her a well-deserved round of applause. The one, the only, Nia Love in the building. Nia Love, Nia Love.
Give thanks, Simon.
Was
It's
that
so
too
good.
much for you? Was that too much for you? Too much energy? Too much?
Hey, that's you. Who am I to judge? But good, give thanks. Thank you for having me again.
Yes, bringing you back on again. Thank you very much for letting me know what you're doing and how important it is for people to get grounded and get back to their self. Because I remember Dr. Sabi used to say, healers need healing too. And we did name the show. I did name the show at the bottom of the flyer. Like I said, once I seen your flyer there, not that flyer, but on the bottom of this flyer here that I spoke about. And when you read it, family, it says exactly what it is. Mental health professionals, therapists, and healers need healing also. And yes, that is the truth. And if you don't believe that, something is wrong with you, because I remember telling you, I don't know if Dr. Africa told you, because I know you've been to his house and studied with him for a certain amount of time, and you was in contact with him, and he loved you just like a little daughter, because he loves all his great students. He said he used to be in the psychotherapy back in the day, and they used to have to diffuse each other, sit around in a circle and talk each other down after a work week. And when he told me that, I'm like, yeah, he's like, yeah, well, King, people are crazy. That's basically what he said to me. He had me laughing. So first of all, how you been? How's the family? How's your travels? How's everything going, my dear?
Give thanks. I definitely want to give thanks to you, King Simon, for having me on your platform again.
Again,
Much appreciation to you. I also want to give thanks to my ancestors, for those who came before me, those unknown, to those who are here. I want to give thanks. This is another opportunity to present my purpose. Nia is purpose.
Yeah.
So I am thankful. Life continued to happen, the ebbs and flow of life, right? And it's not so much about not having stress, not having a hard time. It's how much are you coming back home to yourself? How much are you coming back home to a place of safety within, a place of wholeness within, a place of unconditional love? So life continued to happen, but the journey is unconditional love for self. So with that said, I am thankful. I am thankful. I am thankful. The family's doing great. The ones that I'm in contact with, at least.
the ones you're alone to come back into your realm,
Right. As a highly sensitive person, an introvert, and doing all of this work, I got to protect my energy. I got to protect my peace. So the ones that I'm in contact with, they're blissful.
And thank you very much for what you have been willing to allow yourself to embrace and learn, because you've spoken about your story not only on your Instagram, but you've spoken about it on your platform, and you've spoken about it in your book also. And I know I have your book somewhere in my archives. I always have, but I noticed it on your website. You didn't have it. You don't promote it on the website. Your website. I don't see it on the shop.
My book?
Yeah, I don't see it in the website at all in your shops.
It wasn't on my book. It wasn't on the website, but it's here.
Okay, because
my book.
Yeah, but I wanted, I wanted people to send it there, because I'm gonna have to send them to Amazon. But I'll look for the Amazon link.
It will lead to Amazon anyway. I think the website doesn't have that on there yet.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's what I was looking for, because I didn't see it, because I wanted to make sure that people get that book, and because it's a nice little journal that you decided to write, and being encouraged all the time. She took my classes, my first numerology class. Numbers are simple, people are complicated class. I didn't call it numerovation yet. So a lot of people this is a transformation, But so she's willing to learn. She's willing to open up to learning. Queen has been one of the people that helped the Queen of Four, and of course Dr. Africa, and just life in general. Because learning either from your family and the relationships and all that kind of stuff that you've gone through, that has been probably something that has been the wind under your wings, so to speak, under your wing. And that's very important. And sometimes people try to clip your wings. And many times we know, that part, there's a part there. Sometimes it's your own family member. It's
that part.
It's people you don't know, and sometimes the people you don't know support you more than the people that do know.
That part.
On your journey, because of what you want to do for these beautiful healers and therapists and mental therapists, on the journey now, how did you get here to even want to do something like this? What was what was your motive from your childhood to now? Let's talk to the audience and let them know that you're a real person. You've been through it also. Go ahead.
I've been through it,
Yeah.
Where do I start? I was like, just a little snaps. I was
Right.
of my bio, born in Jamaica, born and raised, right? Moved to America, grew up in America, went to school in America. I would say, I'm a trauma survivor, a sexual trauma, Dr. Africa was the one who was like, no, you wasn't sexually traumatized. He was like, you were raped.
Oh, he went raw with it, huh?
He was like, let's call it a thing, right? Because what is it? Right. I didn't give consent. I was a child.
That's
right. So I'm a sexual rape survivor, a sexual child rape survivor, because I was a child. So, I walked around in the world, looking outside of myself for love, for validation, for that sense of safety, right? And that, that was one of my, I went to school, I went to college. Well, college and school is the same thing. I had the job, I had the partner. I had all these, I was looking outside of myself for these things to fulfill. I would say the hurt, right? Food was one of my comforts. Let's be real, right? So I struggled with my weight my entire life, up and down. And I would say, I decided I want to be a social worker. I've been in a social work field, I would say, unknowingly for my majority of my life, because I was a tutor, I was a counselor since I was like 15, and best I do, I die. Okay. And then I would say going to social work school, I would say 8 or 10 years ago, I started working with people that had trauma, right? And I realized that my bendy fell off. That working with people living with their own mental health illness, their own chronic illness and things, right? Let me see if it turned right.
Don't worry about that, man. Yeah, right.
Right? It's a part of the look. It's a Leo in me. Okay, now make it. Moving on.
Exactly. That now.
So, let's be honest, working with people living with mental illness, their own chronic illness, I realized, whoa, this started to impact me. I was like, I'm starting having these feelings. I started going home where I couldn't sleep. I was eating more than normal. My first year in the mental health field, or as a social worker, I gained like 60 plus pounds in like less than a year.
Wow.
Right? Because here's the problem. What inspired me? Nobody's teaching us in school how to care for ourselves. Right? No one is they're just saying self-care. They're not giving us a plan. They're not giving us any type of formula or anything to support ourselves, to care for ourselves. And we're taking on people energy, doing the work as social workers, as mental professionals, and we don't have the support how to care for ourselves, right? So I experienced the burnout. I think the study said like 30 to almost up to 70% of mental professionals or people in helping professional, they experience some type of burnout in their lifetime, right? And some of them, I think 70% on the job, they're burnout right now. So, right, so people that's in the health professional, they're burning out. But not just that. Let's talk about our healers. A lot of our healers, while we're burnout on the job, we're also burned out as healers. We're pouring from empty cups. There's so many different masks. I feel like when you can become a healer, at least for me, that you put on, right? The mask of like, I don't get angry because I'm a healer. It's a normal emotion, right? It's not about the emotion. It's not about not feeling angry. It's about how are you managing your anger? How are you supporting yourself when you get angry? So I would say the main inspiration for the burnout, for this retreat, is my own life story, as not only as a mental professional, a social worker, and also a healer. and going through the burnout ourselves and continue to find supportive ways to care for myself. I don't want my sisters or my brothers to continuously be in the space of burnout themselves. I mean, and also one of my dear sisters, she was a sacred woman. Tanya, she rise. May she rise. I would say, may she continue to rise in power. She transitioned 2 years ago, and
Really?
she very big known in the community. No shame, blame, or judgment. But some of her healers are transitioning on, right? Because of this burnout things. We're not. We continue to struggle with making time for ourselves, to care for ourselves, to intentionally support ourselves. We may have all the tools from going to school, working on the Queen of Four, working with Dr. Layla Africa, my spiritual Baba, but still there's a gap between doing this self-care work and the challenges that it put on doing all of this work for everybody else.
And give that a round of applause. Because it can be a burnout, and that's why even I take off 3 days a week after I do a lot of numerovational sessions for people, because helping people, it can be very tedious. Although I love what I do, it can be very tedious. Although I love what I do, it can be very tedious. Sometimes I got to go hug some trees, or go ground myself, or go take a spiritual bath 2 times a week, and all kind of thing, and do spiritual showers and all that, which is something that we wasn't taught, especially both of our families coming from Jamaica, wasn't taught a lot of that back in the day.
No,
they didn't understand those depths, and a lot of stuff was hidden from the family. A lot of secrets was hidden, and a lot of these secrets come up during these so-called healing retreats, because there's going to be a lot of tears and crying, especially when it comes to letting go, and not just for women, but for also men. I'm always an advocate for the balance, because I think it's important, and because what you're doing is so important. Somebody on my Instagram was saying, they were saying something about what the difference between mental wellness and mental health. You know what I'm saying? What from your perspective, what is mental wellness versus mental health? Let's go there. Let's see. Well, mental wellness, dealing with mental and mental health, because they are, just because of the last 2 words, that's probably why it makes it a difference. Mental wellness and mental health, what's the difference from your perspective?
Yeah, I feel like mental health is more commercialized, right? Like being free from a mental health diagnosis, right? You don't have a or even if you have a mental health diagnosis, you're stabilized, right? You're stabilized, whether that's being on medication, you're stabilized through therapy, you stabilize through maybe lifestyle, right? That's what I feel like that is. In my opinion, it's more the generic, like mental health. You're not in a hospital. Your mental health is, by this society standard, is you're free from a mental health or mental health diagnosis, or maybe I would say maybe you are I'm having a brain moment right now.
In military, they call it brain farts.
Right. But because mental health has to do with how you think, how you feel, and not make decisions, but also how you navigate relationships, right? So the mental health piece is very generic. The standard definition, if you look up mental health right now, right? Just being well in those areas. But I feel like mental wellness is more holistic, in my opinion. It's not just talking about, being about just your behaviors or your thoughts or your feelings or how you make decisions and how you navigate relationships. I feel like it's talking about your overall wellness, right? Your overall well-being in your, from your well-being in your purpose, from your well-being in probably relationships, maybe your well-being in your finances, right? Maybe your well-being in maybe experiencing grief. I mean, I feel like it's more holistic, in my opinion.
Well, people, if you're just tuning in, we are speaking with Nia Love, and of not on my guest, she's a health and wellness and holistic psychotherapy. She works with holistic psychotherapy. She does that. And she's also conducting a big retreat in Jamaica for those that are in that profession, in that field, in the field of healing, and whatever you do that helps people. Let's say it like that helps people mentally, spiritually, and physically. She is doing a big retreat in Jamaica. Lot of mercy. You got to be returning home to Jamaica, the wellness retreat for mental health professionals, therapists, and healers in JA. And of course, the link is pinned in the chat. So if you want to check out the link that's pinned in the chat, you can more than likely, and this is the link that you see that's pinned in the chat for the retreat for the therapist. And you can always go to that link, click on that link, and you'll find out all the information that's going on for April 20th all the way to the 24th. In my book, when you wrote in my book, because you did the foreword for my book, and you quoted from the World Health Organization, and you said, there is no health without mental health.
Right.
Very interesting quote. From your opinion, what does that mean on a holistic way? What does that mean holistically? Because Dr. Africa always said, go to things from a holistic manner. How do you help that mental health, which is also part of physical health and every type of health on all dimensions? How do you deal with that?
Right. So, we live in a society that stigmatizes people that have mental health, right? So they love to treat the top down, from the neck down, right? Mm-hmm. The physical health piece. So when I say there's no health without mental health, there's no health with your brain is the most important. I would say brain, the most important structure in your body. Because if your brain is dead, you're dead, right? So when I say there's no health without mental health plays a part in everything. Mental health plays a part how you think. It plays a part how you behave. It plays a part how you make decisions. It plays a part how you feel confident about yourself. It plays a part into your motivation. It plays a part in everything, your spiritual health. So when I said there's no health without mental health, if your mental health is not right, everything else in your life is going to be off balance. How I go about doing that, I'm big on combining theory with I would say Asian, Asian. I can't say that word for the Jamaican and me won't allow me to see that word.
Which one? Asian?
Yeah, like Asian, like I don't want to say like ancient.
Right. That's okay. It can't come out their mouth.
Right. But I love to combine, modern day theory with is there a different word I can say?
Go ahead. Do everything. What do you want to do? What you want to use?
Like holistic practices from my I would say my teachers like Dr. Africa and Queen Afua. So I would say combining the theory, like for example some known evidence-based theory for mental health. I'm big on EMDR. EMDR is a therapy for people experience trauma. It has to do with eye movement and desensitization and like reprocessing. I'm big on like DBT. These are theories, evidence-based theory in a modern world, but also combining with, those, I would say those Haitian practices, right? From our ancestors, right? The holistic things, the baths, the meditations, the visualization, the prayer, the releasing. I'm big on that. That's what the yoga, you name it. Those are some of the things that I love to combine with the breath work. There's things to name it off, right? But it's inviting. It's inviting both worlds, the holistic, the Asian worlds, and the modern world.
Now, family, understand that she's saying ancient, not Haitian. So make sure you don't think it's Haitian.
Thank you for the correction.
It's just a Jamaican vernacular is coming out with it sounded like Haitian. It's ancient world. That's what she's combining, the ancient world with the modern world. So make sure y'all understand that. And you have on this website for the travel, there's some of the things that you'll be doing over there. It's 22 minutes after It's 2 o'clock over here. 222. That's a good number to start deal with this. On your website for the link to the thing, you have you say what's included in this trip. You said transformational wellness workshop. Now, how is that transformational wellness workshop going to work, and who is teaching that part of the work? How many people? How many teachers? What you're going to have going on at this workshop?
Good question. So there is three lovely, I and two other lovely sisters.
Beautiful.
That are part of this experience. Petula, she's a local Jamaican. That's a therapist. She'll be a part of navigating this journey with I. And also Arija, she is a certified Kemetic yoga and advanced panic energy practitioner. She's also one of the sisters that will be, I would say, facilitating the yoga session. So, the beautiful thing about this is for practitioner by practitioners. So everybody that's doing this, they're the healer in their own right, and they're also been on the journey. So I would say how this will go. What's beautiful about these transformational workshops is not just practice; it's actually based in theory, evidence-based theory. Everything that I will be facilitating for these sisters will be. There's evidence that show that what we're doing is will work. So for example, the workshop has two parts. It's phase one is strictly theory, right? And when I say strictly theory, it's based, because a lot of mental professionals, therapists or healers, they also have their own traumas. And working with individuals with their own traumas coming to you, that's also impacting you. For anybody in the mental field, we probably experience countertransference, right? Countertransference is when your client, journey impact you, right? And it impacts how you think, it impacts how you behave, and how you even make decisions in a therapeutic space, right? Another thing that mental professionals probably experience is vicarious trauma, the vicarious trauma from experiencing working with whether working with clients. Vicarious trauma is real. It's similar to like secondhand trauma, where like when you work with people, I would say it's a trauma of caring too much. They try to teach us that, leave your problems at the door when you're working with clients. But in reality, no, you can't leave it. It's very hard to leave your problems at the door if you don't have the tools and the skills to support yourself. So the theory part of it is based on, I would say my personalized system that I created. On top of with evidence-based practice based on my own journey. So it's called Ka-A3, which is ultimately soul work. We're working on our soul, right? And I would say Judith Herman, if anybody want to look her up, she's a big trauma, I would say doctor that does many things about trauma. So the first part would have to do with that trauma piece, how to support herself with trauma in a theory way. Some EMDR will be in there because I'm also EMDR trained. And for anybody in the mental health field, they know EMDR is a very evidence-based tool that definitely approved to support trauma from many research and many years. So that's what it looked like in the first. That's what it looked like for the transformative workshops. But when we get to Jamaica is all about embodiment, the practice part. Right. The practice part. I noticed that you got comedic yoga, daily 20-minute session, luxury stay, round trip transformation to and fro from the hotel. Of course, 2 excursions, farewell parties, ancestral ceremonies, holistic swag bag. Also, you got the vegan and vegetarian option. A lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff going on. So when you go to the website, family, make sure you scroll down and read carefully what's happening, because she has a lot of information on here. Returning home within wellness in Jamaica, which Jamaica's a love. And believe me, Jamaica's about to become another hub since after this Bob Marley movie. Believe that when me say that. So y'all better get your tickets fast, because after this Bob Marley movie right now, at least go put down this $300 or secure it. Do what you got to do, because after this Bob Marley movie, it's going to turn up. I'm telling you. And you don't want the prices of the tickets after the Bob Marley movie. I'm telling you right now. Go get this ticket now. Go to that. It's pinned. The link is pinned on the top right now to go find out more information. Go purchase and at least put down your first $300 or $600 or pay the awards thing, because it's not that much. I realized I'm looking at it, I was like, wow, it's not even that much, boy. I said, sure, it make me want to fly out to Jamaica and go do my thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of that. I'm glad that you're doing it. Would this will be your first retreat, right? You're producing.
This will be my first retreat.
Wow, congratulations. Get that a round of applause. Yes. So like I said, I'm so happy for her growth. I've been watching her grow, and I believe me, her and I have had some real intimate conversation, crying eye conversation. She's just between her and I, but I understand that this is a growing process, and we all go through the growth, and we all must respect each other's growth. Right. And that's important, and I'm happy for her. So I'm glad all of that. I want people to really go and check it out. I was showing some of the last retreat that you was on your Instagram. I was showing some of that just earlier, where I seen they had the whole yoga thing, people performing and doing probably sound bowl and whatever they're going to be doing there is going to be powerful. And in Jamaica's a very special place, family. I'm telling you, all of the Caribbeans are, but Jamaica is that little rock of Gibraltar there, man. It has boasted the most music in the world came out of Jamaica. Most music, not all music, but just the most music, because they put out music like every damn day. And everybody put one rhythm, and but you want to go there and enjoy and heal. For those people that are into therapy or into any type of health, anything, not even just health and mental. If you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, all on the need to come out there and just really feel the energy, because when you're helping people, family, when you're doing too much help, you can be giving and not receiving. And now they're trying to show you how to receive and be open and allow yourself to receive this healing, and then you could go back to America or go back to Canada, or go back to wherever you come from, rejuvenated. Am I right on that, saying that, my dear? Am I right?
Yeah, give thanks. Yeah, that's what the two other, some of the benefits of coming to Jamaica, right? Not only is it a beautiful place to be in nature, right? To be out in nature, to get away from, wherever you're coming from, but it's also, it's also a very spiritual place. Because where we're going is exclusive, right? I don't put it on the
I understand.
On the link, because for safety reasons, the location is not disclosed until you pay a deposit. You will know where it is. It's in the north coast of Jamaica. A big part of the retreat is it's not only rejuvenation, but it's also the self-care. It's also rest. Rest is our birthright. It's not a retreat where every day we up and down. No, there's also a space to just rest. To rejuvenate. Living in America or the western part of wherever you live in, living in the western part of the world, that's that really impact your ability to be safe in rest. So this is an invitation to anchor into sacred rest also.
And that's why somebody said mama water. Mama water.
Thank you. Oh, can I forget the water? Yes, the water. Not only are we going to be by the beach, but we're also going to go to rivers. Favorite place to be. Letting go by mama water.
but and that family, and that's why it's important that you contact, if you want to contact or email her too. You could also email at holistic LP for more information behind the scenes at gmail.com. Remember, share some Cash App love if you can with her, NiaDezonie. That's $NiaDezonie, of course. And PayPal is ndezonie at gmail.com. Go friend and family. If you can send via friend and family, that'd be very helpful. But it's always about the people or the healing aspect of these places that will definitely rejuvenate a lot of people's spirit. I know when I go to Jamaica, I go straight to the country myself, and I just stay in the country with no light and just have a cook up with pot and go a river and beard and all kind of sitting. So, I just love when I go to Jamaica and just get away from the town, because my family, a lot of families in Spanish Town, and there's too much going on in Spanish Town. And then you go to Kingston, too much going on in Kingston, and like, Lord have mercy, I forgot country and run away from.
Well, I'm from Portland, so I know the country and the getting away and how important that is. When you go to Portland, it's like you're touching a different place. Yes. But I found some very exclusive place in St. Andrews in town.
Oh, St. Andrews, too. Oh,
yes, right.
Wow.
When I was in I went to a river retreat, and I was
Jamaica?
like, Andrews?
In Jamaica?
Yes.
Wow.
It's
St. Andrews? Wow.
Yes, there's waterfalls. It's just it's a little bit that they call it Irish town.
Oh yeah, I heard that name before.
Up in St. Andrews, up in the hills.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Kingston. I feel like Kingston and St. Andrews the same, but no, they're not the same. But there is place we can get away in the town.
Yes.
But nowhere nice like Portland. Blup.
Look, now this site is her site right now, and make sure if you get a chance, her website is let me make sure that everybody see that website. No, that's that one. I want people to see your website. Of course, that's I thought I had the website up here. Wait.
Yeah, I've seen my website.
Now I'm gonna put the website is on, but I want to make sure I put the link in the chat too. Here's the link. So if y'all want to go to her website for her services and what she does, but I like what she says at the top of the website. The greatest project you will ever work on is yourself. Mm-hmm. That is the truth. That is that is one of the greatest projects you'll ever have to work on. And you got to respect that. Let me throw her website in the chat so y'all can see it for yourself. This is her website in the chat. I'll go put it in the chat for no. And I'm going to put it on the Instagram chat, because we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on 3 Facebook pages and 1 YouTube page. So we're not just broadcasting on YouTube, family. We're broadcasting on a few places. 5 different platforms. I just put it in the Instagram chat also, so they can see it. Y'all could go in her links. But before we finish, my dear, because I didn't want to keep you on too long, because it's really about the continual work of helping people along the way. What do you say about what's going on as far as the divide between man and woman? And men are mentally traumatized, just like women are mentally traumatized from past things. What you're going to be doing in Jamaica one day? If it's not that time, when are y'all going to come together and bring that to the fore? I know Queen of Fool was just out there, and I know Queen is one of those people that like to commission things to happen. She like to make things happen. So talk about what the next future things that can be happening for men and women, and not just couples, if they can come out there and enjoy with you also.
There's a divide, and let's be honest, it's hurts on both sides.
Yes,
right? Man and woman. So, a big part of the recovery is really coming together and really be honest about the hurt that both man and woman have experienced, and not feeling shame or feel like we have to bash each other. Right, so one of the things that we have launched in Jamaica, as you said, last year Queen Mother was here. She was in the parish of Marcus Garvey Burt.
It's St. Anne's Bay. What a mercy.
I I was there assisting her as a sacred
Yes.
woman practitioner.
Yes.
And many sisters, many brothers was coming up to her, and that we need some of this work, this wellness. Well, the wellness work is in Jamaica, right? It's really about unity and organizing with each other to get it done. So we Queen Mother has charged us. She created like a whole vision for Man Heal Thyself and Sacred Woman. Woman of Jamaica. So we actually launched that. Yesterday was our one of our first meetings, virtually and in person, where we launched the Man Heal Thyself and the Sacred Woman, Medicine Woman of Jamaica. So it's just a launch.
Congratulations! No, that's good.
But the objective of this group, that's executed by Medicine Woman, Medicine Man in Jamaica, is to create a healer in every home, a family and a healer in every home. So that's in the work, and I'm pretty sure more things are going to come. Wellness retreats are definitely a part of that journey. We're building, of course. So coming to the table. I feel like we have not been taught conflict resolution skills. I mean, we're quick to tear down the person instead of going to the person. We're tear down the person before we go to them. So that's like a whole lot of topic I can talk about for days. I don't argue with people. I don't have time to argue with people. But resolve conflict in a constructive ways. I'm big on that. So I feel like if we have a open space and we're respectful of each other, I feel like a lot of work can be done in safety, in a safe environment, stuff like that.
Now at the retreat, will y'all open up to allow some of the audience to speak about their healing journey too? Like, would y'all be open to that? That's what, if y'all doing it's like a little open mic for people to just release. Are y'all going to be doing simpler things like that? Like how Queen of Food does it when y'all doing through her program, they let y'all get on stage and do y'all thing. Is it going to be anything like that, or y'all just going to try to control it and just direct everything the way the coordinators and the people that are presenters are doing? How are you going to work this?
Well, a part of the retreat is the processing part. So when I said the retreat is based on theory, theory and also practice, a part of the theory and the practice part look like really going back, identify, a memory, or maybe there's something that's bothering you traumatically, right? We don't have to go too deep, but however you feel comfortable, there's an opportunity to process that with the EMDR modality that I'm trained to do, right? So there will be space to process and release. And if sisters or brothers want something more deeper, then I do one-on-one work, right? So, sisters or brothers, you don't have to feel like, it's something that you have to do within a group. Some of us, especially mental health professionals and therapists or healers, sometimes one of our biggest thing that we carry is fear of asking for help, right? Because we have these, whether it's these degrees or these certifications, you name it, we feel like, we feel this sense of shame that we're struggling, or even if we're struggling. So this is a safe space. It's trauma informed, meaning that, we meet people where they're at. Trauma is not about just what happened to you, it's what happened inside of you as a result, that you have an internal wound. So coming into these spaces can be triggering for some people. Things can come up. So that's why this retreat is trauma informed. I mean, there's no forcing of you have to do this way. There's modification, there's a choice. I'm big on that.
And and that's important that people know that that's what you're big on. I want people to show. I want to show your book right now, because you can get her book on Amazon. But let me talk about her services real quick. She has a lot of services. You can also book her for speaking engagement, interviews like this. signature talks, also dealing with life, turn life to lemons into lemonade. She got a lot of that. Of course, date with vulnerability and all different types of stuff. Once you go to her website and you go to her service, also she has a number you can contact her via either regular phone or WhatsApp, wherever you can get it, wherever you might be in the parts of the world, you can contact her. Either WhatsApp is on the website, transformational guidance sessions. She got all of that. Workshops include holistic grief management, trauma informed practices, stress management and mindfulness, understanding mental health and ending stigmas. I'm going to show her book right now. I want to make sure her book is on display because she does have her book on Amazon. I want to make sure you got your book. Let me show the book there now. Oh, boy, lad, boy, where the book there? Come no. Big up to your Leo sister, man, that's doing big things in business and everything else and healing. Spice. She's doing her thing, man. Big up to Spice, the reggae artist, Grace Hamilton. I just seen one of her things, man. It was very beautiful to see what she's doing as far as business and showing women how to be in business for themselves. But yes, there's her book right there, family. Neurocosmic Manifestation, an 84-day interactive guide journal for healing, transformation, and abundance. That's right. So I'm gonna copy this site and I'm gonna put it in the chat also, so y'all can go to Amazon and support our sister. Yeah, tell us about that book real quick before we finish, my darling. Go ahead.
So it's a book that was birthed in Tanzania.
Yes.
And what I would say, a lot of times when you experience trauma, again, trauma is a wound that happened inside of you as a result of the trauma you experience.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us, when we experience trauma, we struggle to bring things to fruition, right? Because trauma impact your mood. It also impact your thoughts. It comes a lot of beliefs about yourself, about the world. But it also it impacts your confidence to feel like you can bring things to fruition, right? You ever hear about people that they stop.
Mm-hmm.
Les Brown talk about, was it Les Brown? I think Les Brown was one of the persons that said the richest places is in the graveyard.
Yes, that's right.
There you see books never written. There you see dreams never manifest, right? So many different things are because people die with what they come here to do, right? So this book is a trauma. I would say it's a trauma-informed way to manifest, a step-by-step how to manifest these different areas in your life. Whether you want to, whether you want to manifest, I would say a better partnership. You want to manifest a better health, mental health, physical health. It's like a step-by-step direction to how to support you and how to manifest in a healthy way, right? Manifestation is aligning with, your mind, body, and soul with the creator, that co-creating experience. But it's a safe container to write this down. Before things become flesh, they start with a thought, right? So this book, it has so many different gems in there, how to manifest with the universe, how to manifest through how to use numbers as a way to guide you, how to use color, how to use the moon cycle. There's so many gems in this book that was birthed when I was in Tanzania, and I continue to I've been doing all these things, so why not just give it to the to the world, to here's a guide, right?
That's right. That's why I'm so proud of you, girl. That's why I'm proud of you, because I know it's a journey. Went to Tanzania and all of that, and you look like the Tanzanian them, so you look just like them. You just blend right in.
Tanzania gave me so much peace.
Yes.
And too, a big part of this retreat too was my inspiration, my world travel for 2 years.
Right.
In the motherland. Travel is its own rites of passage.
Yes, it is.
So traveling is getting away from the everyday bus, the everyday rustle and tuffle of life. It can be a big part of coming home to yourself, right? So that's one of my biggest inspiration to launch this retreat, because when you get out of your normal, I think you can't heal in the same environment that make you sick.
That's right. And that's the truth. Family, once again, make sure you support my dear sister Nia Love, who's a world traveler, man. She's doing her thing, born in Jamaica, live in America, travel all over Africa, and do a Ghana thing, a Tanzania thing, everything. A lot of mercy. So I'm proud of her Leo journey, and and she's a gem. And sometimes we go through our ups and downs, and we go through our healing, and everybody is not perfect in the sense of this physical realm, but we have a perfect energy within us. And we got to learn how to connect with the physical and the perfect spiritual energy to work our magic in this realm, this magic that we have in this world. And don't be afraid to work your magic. Sometimes me and her used to talk, and sometimes she doubt herself, and I'll just say, look, don't do that. Back in the day, she used to doubt herself, and I used to say, nah, all you have to do is feel it and go with it. As long as it's positive and productive for you, do it. If it's deplorable and degrading, now you leave it alone. You know the difference. And I've always, made sure, to be a support to my sisters like her and Queen of Four. I'll call her, and sometimes Queen need a little support. I call Queen to talk to her. She'll call me back, and give each other. People always see the smiles, but they don't know the background when the tears, the donkey cry, and the this and that, and they don't know the snot nose. They don't know. Some people don't know the snot nose. Michael Basin wrote a book called Men Cry in the Dark. Women do too. And we all cry.
Right.
So, and it's important. What you was gonna say? I'm sorry. Before we finish, go ahead.
And that's so important, right? Because a lot of mental health professionals and healers and therapists, they feel like they have to mask their own struggle, right? Because you're the teacher, you're the one that's supposed to help people with their problems, and you don't know how to manage your own problem, right? So there's a lot of, I would say, stigma for mental health, and I would say professionals to get their own help, right? So I do cry. I do go. I have my own therapist, to be honest, right? Because I experienced a lot in my life. So how dare I not walk the walk as much as walk the walk and talk the talk? As I mentioned as I give my clients advice, I have to walk the walk and do the talk. So I'm big on that. I just want to let people know.
Go ahead.
That the retreat, the last day to register for the retreat is March 7th. I have limited amount of space. It's a very intimate. As a highly sensitive person, it's not for everybody, right? So it's very intimate. The last time to register is going to be March 7th. It's a 2-phase retreat. First, virtually, we're going to have some of the transformational workshop. Virtually March 20th, March 27th, and April 10th. That's a virtual. I would say the theory part, and then the practical parts in Jamaica, right? The embodiment is going to be Jamaica, April 20th to April 24th. I'm so thankful to be able to do this work, to do my purpose. It's not about perfection; it's about progress. And people welcome from last year to be here now, so I give thanks.
Yes, believe that. Yes, give that a round of applause. I want to thank you very much, my dear, for coming on and sharing, being on my platform again. It's been a long time coming. Sometimes we do impromptu. We might see each other on IG doing what we do and having fun in what we do. Just keep on doing what you want to do, sis. And keep on healing the world. Being born under that number 2 frequency is not an easy frequency.
Who you telling?
It's not the easiest frequency to carry as a water number with a fire sign. It's not the easiest frequency. It's not the easiest frequency, but because there's always a combative going on. So you just have to be, you just have to do the uploads and the downloads with the 2 energy, and then let the Leo carry it where it's supposed to carry it as the fire energy. Let that
and it has to do that, because today I got before this, something was very triggering, to be honest.
Of course.
Right? Yes. About some news I got. But is you can honor both, right? Honor, a big part of us, we have a problem with honoring our emotions,
right,
and moving forward. You can do both.
Yes,
so I was to honor the anger that was coming up. I had to honor the resentment that was coming up, but I also have work to do, right? So the work continues. We give thanks.
That's right. The work continues, and that's good. That knowing how to do something and actually doing it is 2 different things. If you're not doing it, doesn't mean you don't know it. execution is different. Yes, it is. That's right. That's what Cheryl Lee says. Cheryl Lee. Yes.
Right. And it's so important to know that too, because again, it goes back to when you know something as a mental professional and doing it, that's a different part of the brain. That's where a lot of shame come in for us as mental professionals to ask for our own help. But this is a safe space. I'm looking forward to being in this space with the sisters and brothers that really want a different way, really want a personalized system for us and by us.
That's right. Well, thank you very much, Nia. Press the wrong button. Press the wrong button. Me laughter button. Me press the laughter button instead of the applause button. Yeah, man. That sounds like an Oliver Samuels laugh.
Yes.
But thank you very much, my dear, for being yourself and doing what you had to do. Like I said, for family from the beginning, I said, like Sabi used to say, healers need healing. And he always said he needed healing. And a lot of people don't even know how. And I remember sitting down with Dr. Laila Africa and talking about his experience with his grandmother and how his grandmother, all she knew how to do is just say one thing or a few things, but it was because she just came out of slavery. So that trauma thing that he picked up from her, why Dr. Africa can seem kind of condescending to certain men. I don't feel he was condescending. I just felt that because I know his numbers and understood that he says what he mean what he says, and he gets and people get tired, they get weary in this work. It's a lot of weariness. People get weary, But like they used to say, there's no rest for the weary, no rest for the righteous, and there's no rest for the wicked. So which one of them you're gonna be? That's up to you. The weary, the righteous, or the wicked. One of them you want to be. Me want to stay. I can stay in the weary and the righteous. I don't want to become part of the wicked. So me stay in the weary. I be weary and righteous at the same time. I'm good. I'll keep that. But I appreciate you, Nia, and bless you in all your travels and all you're doing. All right, my dear.
Yes, thanks. I appreciate you, Simon. And
I can't wait to see the pictures.
Live.
I can't wait to see the pictures in Jamaica after the retreat. There's gonna be
big things.
All right, beautiful. Take care. All right. All right. Bless up. Yes. My girl. That's my girl there. Of course, make sure y'all support her. Of course, this is a Cash App, a PayPal, an email. Her website is up here. What you see right now in the chat, and it's great. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Very, 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 but keep up the work. These young soldiers are coming up and soldierettes are coming up and doing the work. Sister Soldier used to say, if you're not being used, you are useless. And obviously the universe wants to use all of us. And if you're not using the energy that is connected to you in any way that's within you, to be your best and do your part of the work and be a part of the solution, then you become useless. And we don't want a bunch of useless people out here. And I'm talking to people on IG, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, X. Big up to all of y'all that's tuning in. I know if you're tuned in to King Simon Presents Only Quality People, you want to be used by the universe. You want to be used by the universe within you and outside of you to help make this world a better place for you, for me, for children and families to come and generation to come. So I hope that all of you took what you heard on this platform with Nia. Support her. Go to the retreat. Of course, the retreat link is pinned right at top, right on the top of this show, right on the top of the chat. To the retreat, that's the link, so you can find out everything that's going on. Make sure you get her books and all of that. Make sure you support her in any old way you can. And again, the topic was mental health professionals, therapists, and healers need healing also. Family, thank you for tuning in and locking in with your brother today. Do remember this coming Tuesday, want to remind you that this coming Tuesday, we have a tribute to the late, great Dr. Delbert Blair. His birthday, I think he would have been, he born 1933, so I think he would have been 91, I believe. Let me see, 2024, take away 1933. Yes, he would be 91. He would be 91 on February the 13th. So at 8:11, we'll be speaking to another metaphysics and Oregon energy teacher himself, Jerry Miller, in a salute to the Honorable Dr. Delbert Blair, and we're going to speak on There Is No Truth until you decide what truth is. That was Dr. Blair saying all the time. All right. And on Wednesday, myself and the one, the only Carrie Ann Ingram will be bringing on this beautiful lady here, Janine St. Louis, as she speaks on the first time about her love for Hashim Nzinga, chairman of the new Black Panther Party, trying to show people how important it is that when you're in a revolutionary movement or in any type of movement, whether it's Pan-Africanism, whether it's hard to love the movement sometimes and the family at the same time. That's what they try to say, but that's not the truth. You can bring your family into it. You can bring the understanding, your understanding, and we have to bring balance. If you're going to be a revolutionary, then you better have a revolutionary woman or woman behind you or next to you that's going to be doing what she has to do to make sure you stay healthy. Children have to be a part of it. The whole family got to be a part of it. And sometimes people go astray. Let's be real. Sometimes the children go astray. Sometimes the women go astray. Sometimes the men go astray. But we're going to be speaking on a candid conversation with this sister because she is the widow of Hashim Nzinga, and we're going to be bringing her to the platform for the first time this Wednesday. And on the 18th, we got Adara Moselle, celebrity healer, central masseuse, massage, master tantric, shaman, and more. And she's going to be here on February the 18th at 9 p.m. Remember that day you got Phil Valentine, Dr. Phil Valentine, rebroadcasting this event that he had already, but this time he's rebroadcasting it again. On the 21st, we have L.A. Wade as we speak about addiction and healing. An author named L.A. Wade from out of Canada will be here. And then on the 25th, we have the one, the only Dr. Aleem Bey, which I just got his book the other day. Just came in the mail, so enough respect. We're definitely going to be talking about what's going on in that book. And in Georgia for 2 days, this day and this day, Professor James Smalls will be in Georgia at the YG Cafe for a public event. That place holds like about a good 100 people in there. So if you want to check out, get the early bird tickets. I'm allowing y'all to get the early bird tickets before March 1st because March 1st is going up. Get the early bird ticket for the public event. Special guests will be Destiny Pendarvis, an entrepreneur and intuitive life coach. But I'm going to have some other special guests passing through. You're going to be surprised on who passed through if they can make it in town. So, and big up. The second day is going to be a private, no holds barred, private all-day Q&A symposium. Only 33 people is allowed from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There will be an hour lunch break in between. So $99. Early bird tickets, get them now, and you could only buy those tickets through Cashapp and PayPal, but you could buy these tickets through Eventbrite on my Linktree/King Simon for the public. But the private event, you gotta pay through Cashapp or PayPal, so we can keep a note of what's coming in. And again, don't forget about her retreat coming up. Make sure you go there April 20th to the 24th. Dr. Laila Africa, show him some love. LailaAfrica.com. Go take that holistic nutritional counselor's course with Dr. Melanie. If you're an author or you want to do an audio book or you want to do some music, produce your jazz, your reggae, whatever you got, go to this studio called Green Studio NYC and go enjoyit.com with my son and his whole team. Carrie Ann Ingram, make sure you show us some love at carrieanningram.com. Lloyd Strayhorn, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Remember, my audiobooks is coming out, so look out for the audiobook, Numerovation for Mental Stability, and you can get all my books on Amazon or go to my Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. If you want to book a session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Yes, my list is into March, but it's a short waiting list, but it's into March. It's not like 6 months and a year like I had it before. This time it's into March, and it's gonna go up. Believe me when I say that, it's gonna go up. So make sure y'all book your session with me. Remember, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. And like Dr. B. Sirius says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And like the late, great Delbert Blair used to say, please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Thank you, Dr. Delbert Blair, and all of you that came on. Give you a well-deserved round of applause, and be peaceful, be patient, love yourself, because the only way you can love other people is by loving your great self, okay? Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Once again, thanks, Nia Love, for coming on. We had such a great time. Take care and peace. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
Eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one us. This is Professor Imhotep, the Island Monk, here at Warrior Kido Jiu-Jitsu, Way of the Warrior Spirit. So we're here to go over the rules and try to make that as swift as possible for you guys. So the rules essentially are very few. Number one is to follow us on TikTok at the Island Monk, or if you have Instagram, you can follow us at Warrior Temple, Island University. Or if you really love us and want to show us support, you can follow us at both. You're going to find the Kata Shodachi, and you're either going to duet us on TikTok or collab with us on Instagram and win 10 tickets for every additional video you do beyond. So as we say with all the warriors, eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one, us.
Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numerovator. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linktr.ee/King Simon, the Numerovator. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.